Previously on Inside Scoop.
I felt so bad again when Americans go abroad and they do what has happened here. I felt so uncomfortable just watching this whole thing. I see why people don't like us.
I was salivating.
Yeah.
My eyes were so riveted to the screen when the boy was going through the snack cabinet.
Of Walker's chips.
Oh, I knew by the color of the bag what flavor it was.
And they showed it. What was it? Prawns? What was it?
I went, oh, it's the pink one. It's prawn cocktail, my favorite. It's shrimp flavor. It's so good. It's the best chip ever.
I'm Kelly.
And I'm Steve.
And this is Coupled with Chaos.
Inside Scoop 280. This week, like other weeks, we have The Other Way, Cody's apology tour in Sister Wives.
Continues.
Baylen Out Loud, which I do believe is the season finale.
Really?
I think so.
Wow.
I think season 3 will then be the wedding.
Yeah. Well, we kind of suspected that would happen.
Yeah, so that's just for him. There was a bonus episode that came out that is her. They're sampling some food truck things that really had nothing to do. It was a standalone, had zero to do with the episode. It was
interesting.
Yeah, it was a little odd. We're going to talk some lockup news, housewife. We're going to update a couple of, like a documentary that we covered before, and some breaking Amish news. All that and more.
Cool.
This week, I think Jenny and Submit and The Other Way. I go back and forth, and maybe I feel more for Jenny because we're closer to her age than we are to maybe his.
Right.
But I just couldn't help but feel Jenny's frustration in the whole living situation.
Yeah,
and how
all of
everything
it.
is.
I feel like as we get closer to like true retirement, I think you want peace, right? More than anything else. You just want a calm.
I get you're
life.
not going to have it all the time.
Right. Things come up, but
Sometimes.
day-to-day stress, like you're hoping to leave that behind. You know?
Her decision ultimately to be with him is one that was not a wise choice on her part.
It's what she wanted.
Do you think it was a decision made in haste, possibly desperation?
I think they're good together, and I think they were doing well on their own. But this whole living as one big Indian family thing, that's not for her, and he really should know that.
Well, and it appears that it's not for brother and his wife, right?
Right.
That's something.
Everybody's struggling because mom's so difficult.
Yeah, we saw something different this episode.
I couldn't believe the brother actually was speaking against her to her face. Like, that's never happened before.
Yeah.
That tells me that the level of frustration in his wife must be so great that he can't take it anymore.
Yeah, Amit, his brother, how about that, seemed to be on their side. I mean, they seemed to come and battle.
They tag teamed Mom.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised.
I was too.
And Dad's nowhere around.
Right. What's up with that?
Yeah, I don't know. It is.
Well, he probably realizes she can't be defended.
Well, I think his wife's name, Shri, I think is who. It appears, and I don't know that we saw all of it, but I'm guessing Mom must have attacked Shri because she was the one crying. Yeah, she was the one crying.
Right. She was.
And she's been kind of ugly to them. I think being around Jenny, and you be around somebody who you can see that, look, she has her limitations, but Jenny's generally not a mean person. I don't think she has no ill will.
Person.
And you go, you see what Mom's like.
Right.
Mom went right back at Summit about don't turn into American.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, I kind of get it. But I think for the two of them to be on Mom, is that hard for her, though? Do you think that's hard for Mom to hear? Or is she not even listening?
Well, I think no one has ever questioned her authority in the past. Because don't you think that before, when Jenny came along, they were legitimately afraid of Mom?
Yes.
Like, what do you mean? We can't go against Mom.
Right.
We do what Mom says. What do you mean? What do you mean that you can't do this?
Mom
it's
says
what Mom
so.
wants.
Right.
Right. Exactly. So I think the two brothers were afraid of Mom their whole lives. Mm. And I think Dad probably always has been too, because he sits so quiet, like he doesn't have a voice most of the time. Mm. And so I think that's just how he copes, is he just is along for the ride, because he knows from living with her forever, you buck Mom and nobody's happy. So I think the fact that the two brothers have come to this point where they're now rebelling as a united front against Mom, and she doesn't know what the heck is happening.
Yeah, I think
this is something she's never had to address or deal with.
Yeah, and I feel like Summit's the one in the middle. Because to me, it really looks like his brother and sister-in-law have had enough, and they're coming. And Jenny's on her side. You got to do something.
Right.
So, unfortunately, he's the one that has to deliver this message.
Hmm.
But she was definitely in tears. Shree was definitely the one crying. Yeah. Something had happened.
Yeah.
I
think Mom is just so hard on everybody with her household and work expectations. And it sounds like nothing that either of them does in the household is ever good enough for Mom. She's constantly critiquing and saying they're not doing it right, and coming behind them and chastising them like they're children, all the time. And as an adult, nobody wants to live like that. Like, I'm a freaking adult. Leave me alone.
Yeah, let's not create some kind of family, like some big family unity here, right? It's not like we're the Corleones, right? And family first, and let's just be it. And we're not that. And I think you can't just make that up.
Right.
Barry, Luke's dad, comes to visit Madeline.
Yeah, that didn't go well.
No, I think he's pretty frank about. He's just been here for a couple weeks, and all I hear are trouble.
She seemed like she was actually listening to him.
It felt like it.
Like maybe she's going, the look I saw in her face, because she didn't say it, but the expression in her face said to me that she knows that they're not a good match, that this isn't going to go well, but she's going to do it anyway. Yeah. That's the expression I saw in her face.
Yeah, and
as he was talking.
I think, I don't know how much Barry had gotten into her about the finances and the cost to do all this, but Luke doesn't have the money to do this resort. He just doesn't.
Right.
So either it's fake or Luke's getting in over his head.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. It's just tough. I think.
It's just like the budget for the wedding. It was the same. He's like, I don't have that much.
And Luke's not had a history of making any good financial decisions.
Right.
I think there's talk of that you saw the wedding, and I think there's discussions now that they got married, but maybe aren't together now. I'm not sure. We will,
which is what he was afraid of.
We will invest. Well, you're just one fight away.
Yeah, and that's why he didn't want to put her name on anything, to protect himself if it falls apart, because he half expects it to, as does everyone else on the planet.
Not even a fight. You're a conversation away from breaking up.
She's impossible.
Yeah. And Chloe and Jonathan this week, I think maybe we saw a little break in Jonathan's armor, right? There was this text, and it was a thing about a three-way, and you saw a look on his face with the producers that really led me to believe, maybe there's more to this. Jonathan may be a bit of more of a player than I think we thought. He didn't protest nearly enough for me.
Right.
And I'm sure he's got a lot of texts and he's playing around
I'm
quite
disappointed.
a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, these two got no business being together either.
Yeah, it seems to go, I think, along. Seems like everybody in the 90-day world. But look, Jenny and Sumit made it.
Relationships anymore. Right.
If they didn't have the other way, I don't know what they do without Jenny and Sumit.
Right, because it's the only real relationship.
Yeah, that just doesn't happen, right?
Right.
Manon and Ben, I didn't think there was much. I didn't almost remember much of them in this episode at all.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to shut her out.
Yeah, me
There
too.
was a conversation, I remember. There was a conversation between her and her mom. You know why I shut a lot of it out?
Yes.
Because it was, subtitles for us. It freaks us out. So there was a whole lot of discussion here about, it really all falls in the same line that she gets her value from her as a business person.
Success. Right.
And none of it from being a wife and a mother.
Right.
She doesn't get anything from that.
And Mom pointed out how much better the kid is with her now that she's been around, and here she's about to take off again.
Yeah, she seemed
glowing.
glowing.
All her time at work.
She seemed glowing about that. But it's not enough to weigh her.
And she said, well, I think maybe they're both right, and I should delay this. But we know deep down inside, she reasons that in her head, but then in reality, she can't do it. So I don't expect anything to change.
Yeah, for a while, I think for a few weeks, we'd considered that maybe she wanted, to be a better mother. I'm not sure that's the case anymore.
Head, because she doesn't want to fail at anything. I don't think it's that she necessarily desires to be a mother, but I think because she doesn't want to be viewed as a failure at anything, and she sees that the lack of closeness her son has with her as a failure.
So this is like her creating some distance, possibly.
Yeah, because she wants to be viewed as a success in all avenues of her life. She wants to say, I can do it all.
You know how impossible that really is?
Right.
Without
so she wants
a ton
to be
of help?
able to say, look at me, I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I'm a successful business person, and I can do it all, is what she wants to be able to say.
Yeah, I don't think
But she realizes that her motherhood results are not what she thinks they should be, and maybe aren't viewed by others as being such a success. And so I think this is where her desire comes from.
And I think
not necessarily because she wants it.
And I think she looks at the way she was raised in her childhood as not successful, right? Like, I think that she has gotten to whatever status she's at.
Because she was poor, is what she said. Because she wanted things she couldn't have. That's what she said to her mother. We always needed something.
I almost think that's, kind of almost not fair.
Yeah, that's messed up. Because you were together. And that's what matters. That's what she's not getting.
Yeah.
And that's what her husband's been trying to say all along. As long as we have food on the table and we're together, I'm good. That's a successful life.
But she's maybe so damaged by what she perceived as the things she didn't have as a child, and she probably has not really gotten past that then.
And yes, and that's then her driving force is I want to have it all. It's grandiose.
When we come back, Sister Wives, Baylen, and a whole bunch of other stuff, so stick around.
Thank you for listening.
You can listen to the rest of this episode
by subscribing to our Coupled with Chaos channel on Apple,
by subscribing to our Patreon,
or by subscribing to our Supercast
for $3.99 a month,
where you can hear us talk about reality shows,
real life, and more on our podcasts,
covering shows airing on TLC, A&E, Bravo, and the WE Network.
Just follow the instructions in the show notes.
Tell your friends about this podcast.
And rate and review us on your favorite podcast player.
Follow us at Coupled with Chaos Chaos on all the socials.
Or contact us directly by email at coupledwithchaos@gmail.com.